Now, today's guest has been keeping the nation's spirits and heart rates up during lockdown with his daily online PE classes. But he's not stopping there. The body coach's latest mission is to help parents get their kids onto solid foods and prepare them for family mealtimes. So, from the man who brought you Lean in 15, it's now time for Wean in 15. Great title, as always. Welcome, Joe Wicks. Lovely to see you, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on again.
Oh, listen, we always love to see you, and you're a very busy man with all, your PE classes, which, as we said, have kept the nation going. And this is something, Joe, that you kind of started out wanting to do, wasn't it? You wanted to be a PE teacher, but and then took a slight sidetrack.
Yeah, I've come full circle. I went to university to do a degree in sports science with the aim of being a PE teacher. Then I obviously went and changed direction and became a personal trainer and did boot camps. And here I am all these years later doing what I really love, which is inspiring people. And I've been so proud of what I've achieved. I've had 66 million views on these YouTube workouts in the past
It's
12 weeks.
amazing.
And I'm just proud that, families are exercising together at home when they need it the most.
Yeah, and could you believe that you would get this reaction when you had this idea?
I had no idea. I've done a lot of YouTube workouts before. I've done a lot of live tours. I visited schools in the UK, and I've had a feeling that a lot of people in the UK would get involved, but not to the extent. The map behind me. It's been a global thing. There's people in the Caribbean, in India, in Africa, in the US, Australia, all over the world. At different time zones are taking part. So I love it, and I know Mark's a fan of
I was
my
going to
body
say, one
coach
of your,
workouts.
your fans is Nadia's husband.
I was saying to the girls, honestly, there's 3 people in our marriage. There's a day goes by where I don't hear your dulcet tones. He's obsessed.
I love him. I love Mark.
He's
I
obsessed.
love how he's so positive and so he's just so inspiring. He's getting it done, isn't he? And I just think he's great. I really love watching your Instagram stories. It's brilliant.
He's literally going to be sweating if he's watching this and hearing because it's obviously, and with lockdown and everything, what you're doing is so brilliant. What I've seen happen with Mark is that it's your mental state that's helped so much with exercise and getting people up at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
At this time. I think it's totally phenomenal what you've done. I think you deserve a medal.
Well,
You really
it
do.
gives people
Thank
focus.
you so much.
And alongside that, I mean, we know obviously all your Lean in 15, which is how we first knew Joe Wicks, wasn't it? The Lean in 15, which got us all captured. Now you're doing Wean in 15. So you've obviously got 2 children of your own, India, who's 1, Marley, 5 months. And this is your new book about weaning babies.
Yeah, and it's a really natural progression because I really care about people's health and fitness, and I love thinking that people are exercising and also eating healthy food together. And this is, 2 babies came along. I had Indy and Marley, and I had to go on that journey of, how do you wean your babies from milk onto solid foods? And I got an amazing nutritionist to work with who specialises in infant and child nutrition, which was wonderful. And I gained some experience and knowledge, and I set up a separate Instagram account, and it's been phenomenal, the reception and how many people have enjoyed that content and just little ideas and little tips and advice. And the truth is there's no right or wrong with weaning, but the book really will help you just get that structure and confidence to go and enjoy the journey a bit more.
But Joe, we all do this as mothers. We have the pressures, of a baby. And you start off with that bit, the airplane's coming in, open your mouth, and you do all that spoon bit. And when my children, when they were very young, but they could speak, they used to say, "What can we leave?" That's the first thing they said. Don't say a lot of my cooking.
I remember that.
But you're so panicking, about the whole thing. Was that part of your philosophy to take some of that pressure away?
It's definitely something that there's a lot of anxiety and kind of stress and pressure around weaning and when's the right time to start, what food should I introduce, allergens and choking and gagging. I really talk through everything. I'm really honest about Indy's journey with breastfeeding with Rosie and also her allergy. She had an allergic reaction to cashew butter. And I'm just talking exactly how I've experienced it and with lots of advice from, guidelines and kind of up-to-date research. And then there's 100 really lovely recipes that it's not just about 6 months and weaning, it's about toddlers and, even older children. There's really great recipes in there. So if you do have kids that are fussy eaters, I think that the book will still be really good value and I think you're going to really get good use out of it.
Definitely. And I must say, as a man, as a dad, I've heard a lot of conversation with other fathers who are finding it, really great that they've got someone else they can go to and understand what they feel as a father. And I must say, I've been watching you, was doing you with my son and my daughter in the morning, dragging them out of bed. And it's what you've done is actually created a space for families to come together and internationally, you can talk to your family back home in Jamaica, they're also doing it as well. And it's just amazing.
But you're big about family, Joe, aren't you? I mean, you've got your wife, Rosie, who obviously took over your sessions when you injured your wrist. So she was doing it too, and India and Mali. So this must be a special time for you as well, because, you know, like all of us, you know, you've been locked down at home as a family.
I love Rosie for stepping in that day. You know, I was in the hospital. My hand was really sore from the infection in my hand, and I said, Rosie, I can't do PE with Joe. Can you help me? And she said, don't worry, darling. I'll be your teaching assistant. So she stepped up. She jumped in and got involved, and you know, I really appreciate that. And we've had a great time. You know, the time's gone really quick. We're 12 weeks into it. You know, 12 weeks of PE with Joe. We've done almost 60 workouts, and I love it. I've still done it today. I'm doing it every day. There's Indy, dressed as a she's Zog. I'm a knight and she's Zog.
So cute.
And I really love it. Like you said, I'm getting families probably for the first time ever exercising at home in front of their kids, and that's really important. And I really hope that the legacy of PE with Joe lives on beyond lockdown. I really hope that people still do it.
We can see you absolutely love fatherhood. We're slightly running out of time now, but just before you go, I wanted to know any plans to maybe increase the Wicks family?
Mark will have one with you.
I love Mark. I do want a big family. I tell you what, though, it is the reality when you have 2 kids and you realise how challenging it is. I do respect and admire people that have 5, 6, 7 kids. I think, how do they do it? But I do think, and if not at the moment, but definitely in the future, we'll be having more kids together.
Does Rosie know this?
She's up for it. She loves being a mum. Like, she loves it. So yeah, she said she's always wanted a big family, and I do like the chaos. You know, this is the only room in my house that's tidy and clean. Believe me, everything else is chaos. There's toys everywhere. This is my little studio, but yeah, we will have a big family in the future.
Get rid of all the furniture. You clear it all out.
I had to get rid of it. I had to give my brother the sofa. I've got rid of all my guitar.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're normal, that you're untidy as most of us. Listen, Joe, as always, pleasure talking to you. Well done, the nation's favourite PE teacher. We love you for it. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Take care.
And you, love.